There we go. Great. Uh, hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is George O'Toole. I am one of the solution marketing leads at Dell Technologies around solutions, specifically virtual desktop infrastructure. So I'm going to take a few minutes of your time today to talk about our Dell Technologies validated designs for VDI. As we all know, especially being the world's gone virtual, we're in fact participating this week in SC's virtual conference, right? So as the world continues to become more and more virtualized, the demand for having an infrastructure that can support that has intensified. In fact, even pre-pandemic, we did surveys both with third-party vendors as well as our own customer base, and found some of these results that you see on the screen here. Note that some of these were then redone afterwards, after the pandemic, post the pandemic in 2021, the beginning of this past year, and the numbers have only intensified again. And as you can see, 40% of the workforce post-pandemic believes they will continue to work remotely full-time. Not only that, those that work in a hybrid space expect to be able to use the same device for both business and personal tasks. And then, of course, by leveraging the same device for both personal and business tasks, that 70% of all these, of both the 40% of workforce that will be fully remote and those that are going to be in a hybrid scenario, all 70% of them expect to be productive from anywhere at any time. So how do you enable the ability to be productive from any device, personal or not, when you're remote almost at least 50% of the time? VDI solves a lot of these issues. It gives you the access and your employees access and flexibility. It simplifies IT management. It provides security for your data and applications by keeping the data behind the firewall. And it optimizes productivity as well as streamlines procurement and deployment, helping reduce costs. So these might be some of the challenges that you're facing, because there's certainly challenges that we find our customers facing when we ask them about what they'd like to be, what they'd like from us in terms of solving their VDI solution problems. First is around performance to enable productivity for remote employees all over the world. Well, Dell Technologies validated designs, leveraging technology such as NVIDIA GPU acceleration for best performance, enables that remote work and the ability to bring your own device, and gives enhanced user collaboration and productivity for those members of the workforce on the go. We need to reduce costs. That's always a great thing, right? Well, the Dell Technologies validated designs, like I mentioned just a moment ago, streamline infrastructure procurement, speed up deployment, and all come with a one call to Dell Technologies to get your help for both hardware and software issues from the data center all the way to the endpoint. And of course, data is one of your most valuable assets. And so we need to protect all the applications in the data that's being leveraged by all of our employees, no matter where they are. VDI is inherently more secure, actually, than physical desktops, because Dell Technologies offers that security from the data center all the way to the endpoint to protect you against cyber threats, as well as making sure that your IT is centrally managing all the data and access points, so there's no way your data can be breached or lost. Now, Dell Technologies validated designs is a portfolio of choices that combine the compute, storage, virtualization, and management, and provide flexible and efficient VDI solutions that are designed and optimized for your needs, and are easy to plan, deploy, and run. As you can see here, we have a nice portfolio across the board, whether it be on our HCI platforms, which are VXRail and VMware vSAN Ready nodes, our converged infrastructure, which is our VX Block System 1000, or on our more traditional or the traditional three-tier infrastructure, which is leveraging our Dell EMC PowerEdge servers, as well as traditional three-tier storage, for example, our Dell EMC PowerStore storage. So I'm going to quickly just take you through a couple of these, focusing on our two HCI, two HCI examples, as well as our traditional three-tier. But just know that all of these are tested and validated, and engineered and configured to run VDI for you based on what your needs are in your data center. So let's start again with HCI and VXRail specifically. What VXRail brings to the table from a VDI perspective is the simplified infrastructure with the ability to scale easily along with high performance for a VDI solution. It's designed exclusively between Dell Technologies and VMware, and it is the fastest way to implement a high performance VDI solution. It removes the complexity of VDI deployments and is an ideal platform for VDI workloads, given its ability to start small and scale, as well as support a wide range of GPU acceleration options for those graphic intense workloads that require it. One of the things that VXRail does as well is it builds in the turnkey model. So you buy it, you plug it in, and it's ready to go. That gives you a great ability to scale quickly. Configuration because of turnkey necessity. So the vSAN, excuse me, the vSAN Ready nodes gives you a very similar, high performance, scalable, and cost-effective VDI platform based on hyperconverged infrastructure. However, even though it's tested and validated based on certain configurations, there is a wider range of those configurations for vSAN to give you more flexibility to build out and choose the proper vSAN Ready node configuration that best suits you. And then, like I said, leveraging a quote unquote more traditional 3-tier architecture. PowerStore is one that's very popular amongst VDI environments because it brings that unified storage that combines block and file services into the scalable VDI platform. It's built for VMware specifically in mind, but also gives VDI administrators the ability to manage desktops and storage while improving their efficiency. And then, of course, Dell Technologies is the only provider who can give you end-to-end virtual desktop environment from the data center to the endpoint. And so you can complete your solution through Dell Technologies all the way through to the clients. And here's just some of our purpose-built VDI environments that provide optimum security and performance from the thin client standpoint, as you can see here with the 3000 series, the 5000 series, and the all-in-one thin client. These work with all of the different VDI platforms, whether it be Citrix, Microsoft, and VMware. It, again, gives you increased productivity with a broad range of highly secure endpoints, allows for flexible access to virtual desktops and virtualized applications, and it provides instant functionality and performance to meet the demands of processing-intensive applications for those users that need those processing-intensive applications right away. In addition, we're not just products, right? Dell Technologies provides that whole one-stop shop when it comes to your environment for VDI and all of our products, frankly. But from a VDI standpoint, we have the people to help you get there as well, whether it's our consulting services to help provide that whole complete solution for virtual desktop migration, to assessment, to system designing, to application delivery and deployment, and integrating in security and systems management. We have residency services to provide residency experts who work tirelessly to address any challenges you may have. We have payment solutions through Dell Financial Services to help you maximize your budget and get the technology you need today and be able to pay for it later through flexible consumption models. We have managed services, and I'll get to Apex in a moment, but managed services that can help reduce the costs and complexity of managing your IT. And then, of course, deployment services that, again, building off the consulting services to actually, after you strike up your plan, put it in action. And then, of course, this is always built with support in mind. And so we always have support services through all the way to the end of your journey to make sure, and it's driven by AI and deep learning to make sure that the algorithms always is there to support any needs you may have, and then along the way, and always help you continue to grow your environment as your needs grow. And then, of course, we'd be remiss if we did not talk specifically about Dell Technologies Apex, which gives you that consumption-based and as-a-service delivery model that many are looking for nowadays across our broadest portfolio of on-demand IT solutions, in this case, specifically VDI, and can give you outcome-based services like VDI as a service solutions. And so we encourage you to consider that if you're looking for an OpEx model to deploy your VDI environments, Dell Technologies Apex is the best way to get to that outcome. And one of the best reasons we're here today to talk about VDI is that VDI is so applicable across all different types of verticals. And here are just some of the ones that we see used a lot with our customers across these verticals, whether it's in education, making sure that students that are remote have access to virtual labs and access to compute and applications, et cetera. Financial services, making sure as modeling and things like that, and tool and applications like that are more and more in demand, but also in demand remotely, making sure employees have access to that. However, making sure that data remains secure behind the firewall in your data center. Healthcare, enabling quicker access to patient records from any location and remote access to high performance image processing for whether it's radiology, cardiology, or even just telehealth. Manufacturing, being able to compress design cycles, accelerating time to market. Oil and gas, visualization and heavy computation, throughputs are getting improved upon technology servers. So remote workers can derive insights from massive amounts of sensor geolocation, weather, drilling, and seismic data quickly and as fast as possible. And then, of course, media and entertainment, remotely editing video and bringing on new contractors in minutes while keeping files securely in the data center. All of these are just kind of a handful of the verticals that we see a lot of our customers leveraging VDI in and successfully and continuing to grow their VDI environments within their own IT environments. Here's just a couple of customers across those different areas, whether it be McLaren Racing and the engineering team that puts together and has all their, or not all, they have several employees always working together and designing with CAD applications from anywhere to design for the next great race car. City of Amarillo, Texas, was able to, save money, and that's great, but actually, most importantly, reduce emergency response times. So they were actually able to get their EMS people to the people who needed help most quicker, because they were able to empower them with VDI technology from Dell Technologies. And then, of course, Dell Truro College of Dental Medicine kind of hits both education and healthcare, right? But being able to have that many users together at one time, nearly 700, leveraging CAD and modeling applications, but also being able to save costs and staffing for that and reinvesting it in more applications and software for their students, so they can continue to churn out more medical students and support them with the efforts that they need. Again, all of this is empowering and productivity boosting, leveraging Dell Technologies VDI. So just in closing, why Dell Technologies validated designs for VDI? Empowers a flexible workforce. You can transform your workforce mobility to enhance user productivity. Simplifies IT management. The resources are centrally managed, both images, apps, and endpoints, and it streamlines resources and improves productivity by providing pre-designed and validated configurations for common use VDI personas. Improves security. Like I said before, VDI is inherently more secure than physical desktops because the files and data don't leave the data center, and all the communications between the client and the infrastructure are encrypted. And then, of course, tested and validated. It's somewhat in the name of the solution package, right? But these designs are tested and validated on hyperconverged and 3-tier storage infrastructure from Dell Technologies, provide end-to-end with predictable performance, and can help simplify deployment to get into your hands and into your data center faster, so you can get your infrastructure, your virtual desktops, your virtual applications into your employees' hands faster, all to boost productivity and streamline efficiency. And with that, to find out more, I just want to say, this has been quick, of course, but we encourage you to visit our website. We have delltechnologies.com/VDI, and as well as our Dell Technologies Info Hub /virtual desktop infrastructure, where you'll be able to find all of the latest and greatest design guides for our validated designs, as well as several more customer references and solution briefs and other information around some of the verticals that I mentioned. With that, I think I'm done. So thank you very much for your time. But I want to make sure that if you didn't see in the chat, we put in a spin to win. So please click on the link and win a prize from Dell Technologies. And with that, thank you again for your time and have a great rest of your day.